I got this new scheme.
Teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one.
At their own 28-yard line.
Check, 43.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Kill. Jim. Regular.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Don't make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. This is fielded at the 7. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
A first down throw for Mariota. He completes this to Sutton. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4. On 3rd down, Mariota. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First down, Mariota. And he completes it to Cohen. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Mariota. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Throwing, Mariota. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it second and 12. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 12. On second down now, it's Cook, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Let's go.
On third down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be first and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on first and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up second and 11 at the
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. First down, a run with Cohen. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 31, Mariota. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Denver.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mariota. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Mayfield. Setting up the screen for Cook. A nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around it. And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? There's a quick shot to his tight end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll throw again. Mariota. That is caught by Cohen. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First down, Denver.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Got a man open, it's Sutton.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
180!
And an alley to run. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mayfield to throw it. There goes a deep ball. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now the try here for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6.
That's the score. Vikings 14, Broncos 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. from the 27. Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Alert, 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 alert.
Following the interception, Mayfield. That'll be complete to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his out.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does, and now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 22 yards there, a first down. Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota is going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Mariota. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
This is caught. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Tariq Cohen, touchdown number 15 on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, D.
Nice 7, let's go.
Mariota to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Darren Lee there to get him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Run. Give me that move. Hey, high 7.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He's got Smith here. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
One. Switch.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Cohen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
3rd and 1, who you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Cohen. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield, Mariota. This is the tight end Fant. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And able to work his way down to the 16. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Everyone, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Know your job. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The kick by Marr is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 36-yard line.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He did have one blocked earlier. This time it's for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just